Listen, this stimulus package is so interesting. Welcome to my channel. I'm Professor Vic, and I'm here with your quick tips. I'm a professor, a real estate investor, a financial coach, and also a public speaker. I decided to start this channel and hope you'll subscribe, comment, like, all of those things. I have information to share. If you like making money, saving money, you want to learn more about how to become a successful entrepreneur or leader, honestly, if you just want to live the most rewarding life. Today we're going to get into what is so important right now, which is that stimulus check. What to do with this $1,200 that now has been given to you. I'm going to give you 3 tips that'll help you to get started. Let's get into it. All right, so the stimulus package is very interesting because it deals with qualifications and who can get it and who cannot. It's $1,200 based on meeting a certain criteria. That means that if you're single, you can receive the $1,200 as long as you make under $75,000. If you are head of household, you're somewhere in the middle there. And if you're married filing jointly, you receive $1,200 per person as long as you're under the $150,000 joint income requirement. Even after that point, don't fret, you can still receive a portion of the stimulus as your income climbs. At some point, there is a cutoff, but it does incrementally decrease. Now, the other piece is that $500 is allotted for every child that's under 17 years of age. Children that are 17 and 18 and college students will not receive any funding as long as they are claimed as a dependent. That also includes any elderly or any person that you care for, such as a parent. You will not receive the $500 for them. The other piece is that you have to file your taxes. The people that are filing first that have a direct deposit are the ones that are receiving their checks first. And ding, 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 some of you guys have already got your money. For other people, if you are on disability and Social Security, hopefully you know that you should be one of the first to receive your funding. And you do not have to file a tax return. They've made an amendment for that. Now, how do you spend this money? Now that we talked about the criteria and what you got to do to get there and blah, 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 now we're ready. I want to give you a disclaimer. I believe that these are ways in which you can spend your stimulus check, but hey, by all means, do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel is going to work out best for you and your family. However, these are ways in which you can spend this money, save this money, or multiply this money. It's your choice. These are just options. You can choose what works best for you. So let's get started. Step number 1. If you are a person who has lost their job, find yourself in a position where financially this money is coming right on time, you want to look at what's going to be the most important to you, meaning that you might want to keep the liquid if that means that you have to keep this for a long stretch of time. However, if you owe, the basic needs are not being met, that's where your money goes. But if you have an opportunity where you can keep this money and you have an opportunity where you can prolong the payments of your mortgage or your rent or your phone, then you want to be able to do those things, because what that'll do is it'll give you more time to get back on your feet. First things first, you have to be able to understand what to do when the pandemic started. I did some tips on that. Now we're in the next phase. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this new money. So if you're one of those individuals, definitely put it towards what's most important. I need this in order to sustain in my lifestyle. Now there's another group of people that put a lot on their credit, and they have some high interest bearing credit cards. If you are one of those individuals where you owe more than 10%, put some money down on that credit card. Now, the next step is you need to be able to pay down or off some debt. This is if you have a high interest bearing credit, which can be a credit card, it could be a car note, home loan, jumbo loan. If it is high interest bearing, meaning it's over 10% interest rate, then you need to start paying that down. You will be losing every single month. Those savings that you'll have there will yield you back that $1,200 because you'll be keeping and recouping some of that. Paying down debt is very important. It's compounding. It'll keep on adding. They say that it's similar to like a student loan, where it seems like it's one of those things that you're going to keep with you to the end of time. Hopefully that isn't the case. We want to make sure that we start paying that debt down. You may be an individual that's like, I need to make more, I need to flip this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you're not a person that wants to save it or put it towards the basic needs, or if you're a person that doesn't want to put it towards the debt, then this is where it comes into place. We also talk about the saving. That means you want to keep that liquidity. So liquidity is very important if you're needing to have cash flow that's available in case of an emergency. Put it into a bond that has a short maturity. That way you can at least have a little bit of money that'll be coming back to you, or you can put it into an interest-bearing savings or checking account. Very low interest will be gained on it, but at least something is better than nothing. And you want to be able to not be penalized if you take that money out. That's your step one. All the things that are not high revenue builders, but it's something that pays down your debt for your basic needs, or is putting it aside in an account that will be interest bearing. It's super low, but it does keep liquid in your account. You just want to make sure it at least has some type of interest on it. Step number two, you want to look at other opportunities such as real estate. There are great opportunities for financing right now. This is just my opinion, but I think that if you're going to go into real estate, don't look at apartment complexes. Don't look at commercial properties at this point. You want to be looking at single family, because that's honestly a great opportunity right now in the market. And it's a great opportunity for you to be able to get low interest loans that you can actually use. You can actually have an opportunity to put a renter in there, especially if individuals are needing to move or downsize. Don't get a jumbo loan because they're very hard to get right now. But then not only that, but you'll actually find yourself in a position where very volatile market right now that's doing its own thing. We can kind of talk about that a little bit because house prices are still high, but the economy is going down and the houses are going up. And some are plateauing, but houses are flying off the market. Oh my gosh, they are moving. Now, not only that, if you look at the stocks, they're going up, but the economy is going down. How is that possible? It defies what we've been taught. It's a very, very interesting time. So everything is so unprecedented that you want to make sure that if you're going to go into real estate, make sure that you do your research before you purchase any property. Step number three, we need to be looking at Bitcoin. It's a very interesting source of funding. It's a volatile market also. You need to look at certain things. It has to be portable, uniform. Looking at all these things, you may not find everything in Bitcoin, but you have a chance of, if it actually does well, you can lose it, or you can have an amazing gain that will change your life. Bitcoin seems to be the wave. Just know that this is a way to start. It's not for the long haul. You're going to have to keep it going, and you'll also have to make sure you understand how to utilize this form. The last one I want to talk about are stocks. I get a lot of questions about stocks, and I did my research to find out what I thought were the best stocks right now. I really wanted to give you some interesting, fun, unique names that no one can read or understand, and they're all regular. All right, so the fourth step is stocks. And we want to look at the defensive industry sector, comprised of three different groups: healthcare, consumer staples, and utilities. You're always going to need medicine, healthcare. You're always going to need electric and gas. That's a utility. And you'll also need food to eat. Consumer staples. Any industry similar to that is going to be great. So that includes AT&T, Verizon, Apple, Vanguard, 3M, McDonald's, Pepsi, Exxon, Chevron, Accenture, Duke Energy, airlines, broad-based ETF, Microsoft, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. So any of these would be great. I mean, I can go on. This is a lot. You'll have to choose which ones you think are best for you. I think they're all good. No matter how we look at it, we will always need gas to fill our cars unless you have an electric vehicle, which most don't. Look at your investments, your 401k, those type of things. You're gonna always need a company like Vanguard. There are some great incentives right now if you're looking to get into the stock market. That's all I have for you today, because I can go on and on about this. This is so exciting. Remember, all of this is how we view things and how we try to transform where we are right now. So I hope that you guys are productive and that you invest your time, your energy into learning a new skill. Maybe even take this money and put it towards getting an online class. These are just my thoughts, my ideas on what's most important. Up to you what works best for you and your family. I can't stress that enough. And I hope that you have a safe and healthy week. Take care.